Welcome to episode 25 of Gods and Heroes of Ancient Greece. My name is Butterworth, and today we will continue the epic tale of Heracles with the 7th, 8th, and 9th labors of Heracles. Minos of Crete had promised Poseidon to sacrifice to him whatever first emerged from the depths of the sea, for the king had claimed that no creature in his possession was worthy to offer so great a deity. The god caused a beautiful bull to rise up through the waters, but the king was so enchanted by the splendid animal that he secretly mingled it with his herds and substituted another bull for the offering. This angered Poseidon, and as a penalty he afflicted the beast with madness, so that he wrought confusion and destruction on the island of Crete. Heracles' 7th labor was to tame him and bring him to Eurystheus. He traveled to Crete. When he told Minos of his purpose, the king was greatly pleased at the prospect of ridding his country of a dangerous creature, and he even helped Heracles to catch him. The demigod then tamed the raging bull so well that he was able to ride him to the shore, whence he was to depart for Peloponnesus, and his gait was as easy as a ship sailing on a smooth sea. Eurystheus was satisfied with this achievement, but after he had looked over the captured animal with delight, he set it free again. The moment the bull no longer felt the restraining hand of Heracles, his madness returned. He roamed through all of Laconia and Arcadia and crossed the isthmus of Marathon and Attica, and here laid waste to the region just as he had ravaged Crete. It was not until much later that Theseus succeeded in mastering him. Heracles' 8th labor was to bring to Mycenae the mares of Diomedes of Thrace. Diomedes was the son of Ares, and a king of a warlike people of the Bistones. His mares were so strong and so savage that they had to be shackled to their brazen troughs with chains of iron, and they did not feed on oats. Any strangers who were so unfortunate as to seek out the city of Diomedes were cast into their mangers so that the mares might eat their flesh. When Heracles came, his first act was to capture the cruel king and overpower the guards in the stables and serve Diomedes up to his own mares. After this meal, the creatures grew gentle, and he drove them down to the shore of the sea. But the Bistones armed and pursued him, so that he had to turn back and fight them. He put the mares in charge of his dearest friend and constant companion, Abderus, the son of Hermes. But with Heracles gone, they were again seized with a lust for human flesh, and when he returned, after putting the Bistones to flight, he found that they had torn Abderus limb from limb. Heracles mourned his death deeply, and in his honor founded the city of Abdera. Then again he tamed the mares and brought them safely to Eurystheus, who dedicated the horses to Hera. They bore young, and their race multiplied through the years. It is even said that Alexander of Macedon rode one of their descendants. When Heracles had accomplished his labor, he joined Jason and the Argonauts in their quest for the Golden Fleece. But the tale of their expedition to Colchis has already been told. After long wanderings, the hero set out against the Amazons in order to achieve his 9th labor, to bring the girdle of Hippolyta, their queen, to Eurystheus. The Amazons lived in the region around the river Thermodon in Pontus. They were a nation of women who plied the trades of men and reared only those of their children who were girls. Often they marched to war with all their forces. In token of her majesty, their queen Hippolyta wore the girdle Ares himself had given her. Heracles asked for volunteers to aid him in this quest and assembled them on a ship. After many adventures, he entered the Black Sea, came to the mouth of Thermodon, and rowed into the harbor of the Mescria, the city of the Amazons. Hippolyta met the strangers and was struck by the strength and beauty of the demigod. When she learned the cause of his coming, she promised to give him the girdle. But Hera, who persisted in her hatred of Heracles, assumed the shape of an Amazon, mingled with the others, and spread the rumor that an alien and savage man was about to abduct their queen. Instantly, all mounted their horses and attacked Heracles outside of the city where he had pitched camp. The common Amazons fought his men, but the noblest confronted the hero himself. The first to fight him was Aelia, the Tempest, so named because she could run with the speed of gale. But Heracles was swifter of foot than she. Aelia was forced to retreat, and though she raced like the wind, he overtook her and slew her. A second Amazon fell at his first stroke, and after her a third, Protho, who 7 times had won in single combat. After her he brought down 8 others, 3 of whom were chosen companions in the chase of Artemis, and had always cast their spears straight at the mark. But this time they missed, and though they tried to take cover under their shields, the darts of Heracles found them out. Alcippe, who had sworn to remain unwed all her days, also fell. Her oath was indeed kept, but her days were cut short. When Melanippe, the dauntless leader of the Amazons, was taken captive, the rest fled wildly in all directions, and Hippolyta surrendered the girdle she had promised even before there was any thought of battle. Heracles accepted it as a ransom for Melanippe, to whom he gave back her liberty. On the homeward journey, a new adventure awaited him on the coast of Troy, for here he found Hesione, the daughter of Laomedon, fettered to a rock, waiting in speechless terror for a monster which was to devour her. Poseidon had built the walls of Troy for her father, but the king had withheld the reward he had pledged. In revenge, the gods sent a sea monster which ravaged the reign of Troy until Laomedon, in despair, agreed to offer up his own daughter to save his land. As Heracles was passing, the unhappy father called to him and asked his help. Promising to give him in return for his daughter's rescue the splendid horses Zeus had given his father, Heracles made fast his ship and waited for the monster. When it came with jaws gaping to consume the maiden, he leaped down its throat, slashed its entrails, and clambered forth as though he were coming up from the pit of death. But again, Laomedon broke his word. He did not give Heracles the horses, and the hero went on his way, uttering furious threats. And here's where I end my tale for today. But I'll be back tomorrow with more tales, many more tales. Until then, my friends, enjoy the journey.